What's up guys, Harry here again. Welcome back to this video, and today we're going to look at some Bitcoin as Ethereum as we do daily. And be sure to be subscribed so you can see these daily updates. I keep it short and sweet as always. And with that being said, let's get right into the charts. Looking at Bitcoin here, we had this very strong rejection up here at the 35-ish thousand dollar level, 34.9, you can say 35,000. Let's look at the 4 hour. You can see that, this level here had been previous resistance twice. We failed to get above it. Now I think we can make a new area probably above here like so, because this is technically at now high, lower high. So we technically want to get above here, ideally in an ideal situation. I'm happy to see that Bitcoin is still holding this lower side of the range. I don't like how we're getting sold three times here. So we have this selling pressure. We have this. This is a mirror. I hate to see mirrors. They're very, very, very bad sign, to be honest. They show a lot of weakness, and mirrors basically this move basically mirrors to the other side here, and you can see except for this part here we did get an exact same. That means that there's immediate heavy selling pressure. I think this move was just a liquidity grab. It came up here. Market makers wanted to grab some liquidity up here and move the price back down, tricking people. Looking at what's going on now, we're still holding this level here, the 30,000 level. Now that is the key level. If we do close a 4 hour below here, I do look for us to actually break down pretty badly. That's basically all I have to say. Looking at some simple price action on the 1 hour. Let's have a look. I mean, does look like we want to take another swipe down here again, which we pretty much got. Maybe we even take a swipe a bit lower. If we do break below this area here, I do think that we will have one more swipe lower. That doesn't necessarily make it like we'll break this, but on the higher time frames, this is really turning out to be some sort of descending triangle, which is a very bearish pattern, like so. You can see like now these highs are being caught pretty well. I mean, you could draw a regression like this, and this is a bearish pattern. This normally does break to the downside, which is obviously not a good sign. Taking a measured move, I mean, based on price action, if we do break to the downside, I do think we will come down to around the 25,000, $24,000 level, especially this order block right here. I mean, we do have an order block here, but this has been tested already. So the next area that I do think that where there's sitting resting orders will be here at the $24,000 level. I am using more advanced vocabulary today, you might notice. I will be explaining this a bit later, but this is basically, how the markets move and stuff. And you can see that this is basically untested compared to this being tested. So we would come down to the 24. I'm just interested of the let's go SMA1, bring these on. And I'm going to bring out the 21 moving average on the weekly, because normally in bull runs we do correct. And the 21 on a weekly 21 on the weekly is coming in at, yeah, at actually the low 20,000. So, I mean, by the time, if this actually does come down, then we might actually crawl up. I mean, this weekly looks terrible. I mean, you see uh, wick fill, wick fill, which is not good, right? But it's not really what we want to see. On a bull trend, we want to see filling it up. On a downtrend, you want to see the wicks being filled down. So that's worrying. When you see lower wicks like this is not a good sign to see lower wicks. But the 21, by the time it crawls up, it will crawl up to that 23, $24,000 level. So there's some confluence there. Going back in the lower time frames, we probably will, with the measure move, line up to that. We probably will line up from a measured move. If we take the measured move, let's just remove these SMAs quickly. So if we do take the measured move, I bet we do line up. And if we take it from the middle of the triangle and pop it down to the breakout, where are we? 21, you know, in that lower side area, basically this whole area here. Yes, this is stronger, but we are coming down to the bottom side of that. So not looking good if we break that range. Now, I have to say this is getting very tight. I think within the next 3 days, this has to do something. Within this weekend, this will be what do you call it? Not solved. Yeah, this will be come to a conclusion. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. This will, sort itself out. We will, resolution. Yes, thank God. We will have a resolution. This 50 has been holding us up. Institutions use this, and you can see the 50 holding, 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 holding. Now we cross below it. We're having this negative price action. Looking at how price action is really bearish here, uh, faking people out. I think that maybe there is a chance we swipe one more time down, then come up just to, try catch the shorters out because everyone expecting it to dump. And if everyone expects it to dump, then it might do the opposite. Or we might just continue up. So, let's stop talking about what's negative. I do have to say that there will be a move very, 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 very soon. But let's stop talking about the negative. What's the positive? If we get above here on a 4-hour closure, I do look for extension back up to 37,000, which would obviously do good. It would break our structure that we're having here. It would also be a break of this trend line here, and it would look pretty good. I would prefer retest and a bullish confirmation just because of this fake out we had last time. But apart from that, that's what would make me bullish. Looking at momentum quickly, to cross up, we need to go above 31.7. So this I do want to see 1 hour, a 4-hour cross up. 1 hour should be crossing down, which is very bad. I don't like to see that. Yeah, this is not looking good. 2 hour just crossed down. This is not looking good at all. Uh, it's just I am still bullish until not bullish, but I'm still gonna say Bitcoin's gonna range till we break this 30,000. But momentum is kind of weakening a lot. Now, this is one thing that's interesting. If we do get daily Stokes to turn up at this point here, right, that would be catching this regression here. If you look at this, we would be catching this regression quite perfectly, to be honest. And this regression has been coming in since what lows has it caught? So it's caught the low here right after that dump from the 12,000 dump we had all the way back here. It caught the low right there, and it caught the bloody Corona dump low. So I'm telling you that it's a significant. I do think, yeah, this trend line that I've just saw is I think very, very significant, and I think that if we do get this cross up today, and that's why I said we'll come to resolution, then I definitely think that we could see some bullish momentum, and I'm gonna play a lot of weight on this because of where it's caught below, the Corona dump, and it's caught the 12,000 dump before the massive bull run. And if you notice, every time we've had these dumps here, after that we're followed by a very aggressive upside price action. Remember, after 12,000 we accumulated at the bottom, went sideways like we're doing now, and followed by very aggressive price action. So I would like to close above 31,497. And if we do close above that, then I'm actually looking a bit positive. But, one thing that will make me think that that will happen is actually Ethereum, because Ethereum looks like a very healthy chart here. I don't see any problems with Ethereum till we break its last low. I mean, this is looking like just just an upwards trend. This trend box, this resistance liquidity zone, as you can call it, that I drew a while back has actually been playing perfect. And, a few trades I've been playing off this, or looking to play off this. Every time it's come back down here, it's bounced perfectly. I didn't personally take these trades because I was busy trading Forex, but I wanted to take these trades. My alarms did go off, but yeah, unfortunately, didn't take it. But yeah, you can see that I was expecting a bounce here, and it's almost hitting it to the T, to be honest. So, it was very simple price action. You let it wick down, you fill in a buy order just here, and then you play this pump. I mean, you get a nice move of, this is already 1%, and you probably come up to here. Now, looking at momentum, like looking at this structure here, this is the same as the 30,000. If we start closing below here, I do see us taking out at least all the way back down to here 1,200. But as long as we're not taking out this last low, which on a daily, to be honest, I would like to see, which is coming in at 1100, then I don't see any problems. But closing below this last level of, you could call it support here, but this liquidity box that has got bounces twice, then I do see us trading back down to here. But that doesn't it's not necessarily a death sentence. But I would it's getting a bit overextended this, right? I mean, if we start looking at the lower time frames, I mean, we are having accumulation, but I would like us to start, we are making lower lows, but we still have higher highs. I mean, higher lows, but we have higher lows, but we're still making lower lows, lower highs, sorry, Jesus, that's so confusing. So we're still making lower highs, but we still have higher lows, which is good. This is looking like an accumulation, but I really would like us to see us reverse trend. And I think we're getting very overextended. You can even draw a very, very, very aggressive type of regression here, like this with this base here. And I would like to see us break above at least this last high here on a 4-hour closure. I would like us to start to see that happen. Looking at 1 hour price action, yes, that is a nice bounce. Do I think it gets sold into? Well, let's have a look. Momentum still down. Yes, that's not good. I mean, if this bounce continues and we get the closure above and Stokes turn up again, good. Let's see, 2 hours down, not happy. 3 hour doesn't load. Oh, here we go, turning down. 4 hour down. Daily, let me have a look. So daily also has this trend, this not trend, but regression coming in, right? That's been catching a lot of lows. You can call this a regression, even if we dip a buy, but this actually is a very positive sign for Ethereum and comes exactly with the box I was talking about. So if we look at this on the daily chart, you can see which lows has it been catching. Well, it caught this low right here. It caught the low before. It caught the low before. And if you notice, these lows normally have some nice price action afterwards. So if this does actually catch this low here, which would be closing above 1274, then I am looking for bullish price action. And that works perfectly with my liquidation box here. So you can see that obviously if we close below this box, this would make the daily cross below. And if we do cross below on the daily, technically I have to remain bullish until we break this lower high because that's just structure, and I'm a big person who plays off structure. Most of my trading is structural based trading, but based on momentum and on indicators and stuff like that, I think this liquidity box will give you a heads up, right? And I definitely think that if we do break this liquidity box and even get a retest and a rejection, that could be a nice trade opportunity all the way back down to this trend line here. Uh, you know, but on a bullish trend, I don't really want to be shorting it because you don't know what can happen. But to be honest, like this box has to hold, and if we can remain today above 1274 and get the daily cross that has got all of those lows that has picked up, then this would look very good, and this will look like a massive fake out, and this will probably resolve itself over the weekend. But yeah, looking at this, you know, I like that we're popping up here. So we just watched this level 1270. And with that being said, go and I haven't changed this liquidity box. I've literally had this box here for like months, guys. So even check my videos before if you don't believe. But this box seems to be holding a lot of weight. I love how it caught these two perfectly. But yeah, watch this box. We close below. I'm not happy because those Stokes are gonna break that trend line. With that being said, I'll leave you with that. Sorry for the longer video, but we had a lot to get through and it was very important information. That being said, remember guys, take care and trade sharp. Peace.